Here's a cute little puzzle that fooled Einstein. Will this fool you too? Imagine this blue car going up a hill at 15 meters per second. At what speed must the car travel down the hill so that its total average velocity is 30 meters per second? You can assume that the distance going up is 300 meters, going down is 300 meters, and so the total travel distance is 600 meters. Now let's repeat that question again. The car goes up the hill at 15. What speed must the car travel down the hill so that the average velocity over the whole journey is 30 meters per second? In other words, double the initial velocity. Now, without doing any calculations, what's the first answer that pops in your head? What does your intuition say? Well, if you thought of 60 meters per second or thereabouts, it's wrong. But don't worry, because you're in good company with Einstein. So let's see how to understand this. The trick is to recognize that the hill is relevant. The problem is the same on a flat surface. Also, to see what is happening, it is better to think in terms of a distance d and a time t, as the actual values in the problem are a distraction. This is one of those problems where algebra gets you the answer more decisively than trying for an intuitive mental picture. We know that, as even Einstein's intuition failed here. So, if d is the distance traveled up the hill, the total distance is 2d. t1 is the time taken to go up, and t2 is the time taken to go down. The average velocity over the whole journey is on the right side of the equation. The question asked for this to equal twice the initial velocity, d over t1. So that's why 2d over t1 is on the left side of the equation. Now, as you can see, it is not practical to make the two sides of the equation equal. It's a trick question. To get equality means the t2 term must vanish, making the velocity v2 down the hill tend to infinity. Now remember, mathematics is like a dumb machine that spits out numbers that us humans need to interpret. In this case, the interpretation is that it is impossible for the average velocity to be double the initial velocity for this puzzle. So how did Einstein react to this problem? Well, in 1937, Max Wertheimer wrote Einstein a letter giving him the problem. Einstein wrote back saying that the puzzle totally fooled him and that he only got it after writing out the equation. In Einstein's reply letter, he indicated that he finds these types of problems entertaining and that, quote, such drolleries show us how stupid we are. If you want to follow up more on puzzles between Wertheimer and Einstein, I recommend this paper written in 1990. Did you spot the deliberate mistake in this video? I said the car was blue. It was actually red. Now here's something to ponder on. Not only are these types of problems entertaining, helping us to improve our math and physics, but they just as equally teach us about how the human mind works. So I'm always fascinated by problems that totally fool me. My intuition often gets fooled when I see a new puzzle for the first time. What have you learned about the human mind through puzzles? Is it that we really are stupid, or is it that our intuition is better tuned to maintaining our survival? What do you think?